Charlie. I've been riding motorbikes since 1968, 55 years. I love them and will continue to love them. And I hope to be riding till stumps. About 1965, we were at a party somewhere and one of the blokes had a 50cc Honda step-through. And it was a warm night, and about 1 or 2 in the morning, he said, take it for a ride. And I said, okay, what do you do? I'd never ridden a bike before. And it was just, wow, this is it, you know, this is good. And just rode around, came back about an hour later, and just hooked, I guess. And when I turned 16 in 9 months, I went out, got my learner's permit in the morning, and went out in the afternoon and bought a brand new bull tacho trailer. I don't think I've been without a bike since 1968. People and myself was a bit snobbish towards Japanese bikes back then. So I had the bull tachos, and mate had a Montesa, another bloke had an Ossa, and we used to ride around. And they were good bikes, dreadful electrics. The bull tachos are awful electrics, you know, at night if you revved hard, the globe would get brighter, and if you happen to miss a gear, the globe would blow, and so you're left in the dark. I play a bit of guitar, and I was in a band for a while, and the bass player in the band was a printer. He used to print the Sydney Trading Post before it came out a couple of days, so we used to get it in advance. So there was a Triumph in there, a Triumph 650, it doesn't go, don't know why, so I'll get it going. So went and bought it and sold the other one to the bass player. It's a 650 Triumph, it's an ex-police bike. And I think 1969 was the last year that the police had them, and I think they went Japanese after that. And when I bought it, it had the original police panniers on it, the screen, the siren, the big battery box for all the work, and it was such a good bike, and it was so original. It had been out in the open air for a long time. Pistons was seized, so it took a top end rebuild to get it going, and I love my Triumph. I would probably be my favourite. That's a 1974 Ducati GT. I got it as a basket case. It was in 5 cardboard boxes that were falling to pieces. So I bought it, and it was originally a cafe racer. First up, had the clip-ons and the solo seat. It's nice to ride. It's a beautiful engine, well-balanced engine. It doesn't vibrate like the Triumph and the BSA does, but it's a good thing. That's a 1937 Norton, 633 cc's, side valve, single cylinder. It came from Scotland, the northwest of Scotland to Birmingham to Wales, and then from Wales down to Tasmania. You know, I got the original bill of sale from 1938, and it is good. People like it. I've won trophies for it because of its originality and the patina on it. But the Norton, I just wanted to leave it as it is. It's all new on the inside, but I think I like it like that, and a lot of people like it that as well. Yeah. Yeah, there's the Goldie. It's a nice bike too. Yeah, when you're riding it, you know on something special. It's a difficult bike to ride. It's very, very quick handling. You know, it'll tip in and out pretty quickly, so you've got to get the throttle right to sort of push out of the apex at the right point. So it's not as easy to ride as the Duke or the Triumph, but it's still very nice. But that's a total nut and bolt restoration, right down to the last nut and bolt. It's a 1964 YDS3, 250 two-stroke twin. It was very, very rough. It looked like the Lilac when I got it, and I've been restoring that for maybe 2 years now. And the YDS3 was what the bloke had that first got me onto motorbikes. I liked his YDS3. This is 1965 or 6 or 7. And yeah, he had a YDS3. And that's planted the seed, I guess. And then the bull tacos and everything came after that. I've never ridden one, but it came up and I wanted one to restore. Got to have something to do. Enough to get by, and anything I can I'll do. There's an old friend of mine up the road, he's now 93 and he's been on board. He just loves to hang out in the shed and we have a real good time together. He's been a good help with the Norton and the BSA and the Triumph too. If you're by yourself and things are going well, it takes you away from the big bad world a bit. You know, you get engrossed in a little component on the bench and you know, and you might be working on something on the bench for an hour and in that hour you get lost. It's fairly cliched, but the freedom. You know, you're out in the bike, and the power. Yeah, you can use the power or not use it. And the camaraderie as well. You know, you can pull up anywhere, and if there's a bloke there on a bike, whatever he's riding, you know, you can sit there and have a talk, and you might sit there for an hour or two talking, and, you know, by the way, mate, what's your name? You know, that sort of stuff. And in the club, you know, you join a motorbike club, and there's always people there to help you out with whatever trouble you got. And yeah, I think so. Just getting out on the bike. Out in the country, away from the traffic lights, and where there's some nice windy roads, and don't ride fast anymore. Don't scrape the knee on the ground like you used to. So anywhere with a nice road, some nice scenery, maybe a nice coffee shop or whatever at the end of the ride, and you know, you pull in the coffee shop and there'll usually be a bloke there on the bike. You can talk, and anywhere that's nice, really.
Check out this video over here to see a story on one of the most iconic British bikes of all time, the Manx Norton. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can ride a motorcycle, and that's kind of the same thing.